bunch in a row, but the Sin Blade, it's an interesting choice, and it's also one that we've seen before, just because it does kind of outrange a lot of this stuff that, he wants to do with Terminator, and actually hitting him out at the start of the teleport. It's a good way to start off this match.
Now we can start things off. Oh, watch out for the launcher, though. Hitman's trying to he's just trying to poke with a launcher, but I believe, if I recall, that is a high, I think. So he's not going to get away for it for long, especially with that Scorpion down 4. No doubt will low profile it. But so far, just a little bit of feeling out needing to be done, right? So how am I going to approach this neutral? None of it has worked. So during this round, I'm sure Hitman's going to be thinking, right, what can I do instead? Because that was comfortable.
Yeah, like, Terminator, not known as a character that has really the most amazing mid-range neutral. His down 4 is actually amazing, but aside from that, he kind of depends on making the right reads, and that is exactly one of them right there. Armor breaker. Okay, that is a good way to steal back this momentum, getting the right read again in a row, but you can see, even with the hardest reads, the damage isn't huge from Terminator, and look at this, immediately Mirko just gonna about even things up.
I definitely compare this kind of Terminator style to almost a hunker down Jax. Jax, when the crushing blows are in play, another pickup on a full combo this time. I'll finish my train of thought in a minute because this round is coming to a close. Overhead. Watch your head there, mate. But there's the pickup. Now what does he do here? The side switch, standing for fatal blow. Now this won't kill, but it creates a almost next touch will kill situation that definitely favors Mirko right now.
Yeah, this is going to be, great, grab or strike.
Oh my God.
That was unnecessary. That was actually, okay, so that was an amazing read, right? Amazing read from Hitman, but that was a little bit of a waste of a down 2 crushing blow. Like you were saying exactly before this, you really needed your crushing blows to be able to cash out on your maximum damage with this variation. And that down 2 crushing blow is a huge one, but he could have killed without it.
There's the delay, trying to catch a potential jump out, or maybe just using it as a poke. I know he likes it. Is that enough distance? Not quite. So close. Ouch, though. The wake up down 2. Hitman's going to have to really watch out for that. I don't even know if his jump 3 will be able to challenge it. 1-2-1. Running man. Again, trying to keep it safe. A tackle. That's just good damage. Oosh.
Yeah, you're throwing really far.
Oh, the low. Watch your toes, mate.
All right, just a knockdown, but again, strike throw, goes for the overhead, and now it's potential chip.
Give him the thumbs up. Oh, that was so sick, Chef. Anti-air button, and then resets the scaling with the breaker. Fatal blow. This is why, Chef, this is why you and I love watching Hitman so much. He's just known to do these moments of absolute clutch factor. And Terminator is the character you want. A lot of people don't realize this, but Terminator, this character's got some of the best anti-airs in the game. He really does. If we're talking single normals, his standing 1 is good, his down 1 is good, his down 3, the funny looking down 3. I know people joke about it and everything, but it's almost good for Terminator players that it looks like that because it's an amazing anti-air. Like, I want it to look like that as a Terminator player because it knocks them out of the air well easy.
Yeah, that's something we see a lot from Serious Hitman in particular, is we see like every single anti-air. And then there's the down 2 that has kind of like an extended hurt, I guess a lack of a hurt box kind of at the end of it. There's just so many different anti-air options. You can just teleport away from them. You've got the anti-air grab if you have that. But yeah, the Serious Hitman, just using them all super, super well. You can't jump at all. Even a character who's really good at controlling the sky, like Scorpion, you're in trouble if you ever go to the sky against him. And the fact that he managed to get that perfect armor breaking conversion with the fatal blow, so sick. Like you said, you need to kind of keep those resources, right? Crushing blows and fatal blow, which is why we see fatal blow so much from Serious Hitman, but it always pays off in the end.
But this is the kind of stuff that Hitman, he plays with his heart on his sleeve, right? There is just this element of gut instinct, and that's why Terminator is so good. Dude, the whiff punish. We have not seen him use that launcher as a whiff punisher as much as we are seeing today. There must, Chef, have been some kind of recent development in the game plan where in these casuals, in these matches, there's oh, wait, why didn't I just use this more? Because it goes a lot further than you might expect. That is a clean anti-air, though, from the Italian Scorpion, giving himself a full combo, but puts himself minus. Minus against Terminator? Oh, it's Mixtown.
Teleporting to get past the spear is so sick. That's like something you would see if in like a, I don't know, like if there was a movie that was like Terminator versus Mortal Kombat or something. like the attempt. He knew that it was going to be a like 100% risk.
Oh my God!
There is one more guess.
Back to back. No flawless block. He lets it rock, and that's a punish. Serious Hitman keeps it. I like the running man into kick as well to give us more corner carry. Unbelievable. This guy refuses to die.
Yeah, it constantly feels like Mirko's in control, like really just in control. But it's just, seriously, just finds one little hit every single time that just changes everything. But that's just his style, you know? So you've got to be your style when you play a character like Terminator. Wow, I did not think that that one was going to reach.
Here we go once more. He has to hold it. Again, does not want to get running man. Restand. What's next? Terminator gets the running man tackle. And the final sequence, yo, if there was any moment where you can say terminated, that was that entire corner sequence.
Oh, serious Hitman looking good. I know I was talking about this, how Mirko's so strong with serious Hitman, one of the few people who can like really stand up to him extremely well. Gotta love that win post. All right, pop quiz. What's your favorite Terminator movie?
Oh, easy. Judgment Day. Easy. Like I didn't even have to think. Terminator 2, in my opinion, is not only the greatest Terminator film, but I strongly consider it the greatest sequel ever made. Like, and I know it has stiff competition. You got movies like Aliens and that as well, which are always like they're all really good. But something about Judgment Day, with just how dude, I can't not think about it when we're seeing Terminator on screen and he's getting those W's. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's true. I agree with you. I think that was actually a little bit of like an easy question. I thought that was going to be harder, but when I asked it, I realized, wait a minute, why would anybody answer anything otherwise, realistically? I actually think, my unpopular opinion, I think Terminator 1 was just like decently good. But Terminator 2...
Totally...
Yeah. Terminator 2, though, that's where it like starts and you're like, whoa, okay. So, all right, yeah, that's fair. I felt like that was going to be more difficult, but...
Terminator 1 is if you're showing someone Terminator... You know that Terminator 2 they'll enjoy more, but you have to show them Terminator 1 because you need the backstory, right? You need you need that kind of deepest lore. Now, speaking of deepest lore, this gold demon skin means that the Reapers come out. Mirko's going to have his Searing Rage variation, so now he wants damage and he wants to be able to brawl up close. It's not going to come down to a teleport here. And unfortunately, still getting launched again. And whiffing the 1-2-1 outright gives Mirko a clean whiff punish.
Oh, I love seeing Mirko whiff punish with standing 4. It's such a scary thing to do because if you whiff it, you're in trouble. And, you know, it's not the best hitbox in the world, but it's maximum damage. And if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Mirko. And right now, you can see how that damage is coming into play. I do like that he switched to the Searing Rage because the damage is a huge part in this matchup. We've still not seen huge damage coming out of Serious Hitman. And, yeah, if you just die in maybe 2-3 combos, then you're maybe never going to see the mix-up happen.
That was definitely a wake-up 2 attempt, I think, from Hitman. And wanted to get a launch and sticking out that forward 3-2. Mirko going for the extra range here. Death grip, you got to watch out for it. That jump kick becomes so scary. That should be a pickup, and he can find it. Restand into mix. Finally goes for it, but this is the whole element. Hitman's going for the launch of Running Man because the tackle brings with it such a tremendous risk.
Yeah, and it's funny that he's caught him out of the air a bunch of times in a row, and actually he finally lands a tackle. But I was going to say, even the single time that he tried tackle, it was jumped in the very first attempt. So Mirko just willing to take that damage in the corner to get out and get that huge punish, and it is a risk-reward thing, especially with his variation.
Mix-ups, we're starting to see that overhead come out again. The up 3, though, Mirko steals it away, and he gets the grab. Boom. The change to the Reaper, being able to brawl up close. We're fighting against Hitman. This is a close range game, especially with Terminator. And I do like this variation change. The second we saw that last match go away, the one with the Sin Blade, I didn't mention it, but in my head, it's like he is absolutely going to change here. The Sin Blade is not giving him enough of what he wants because he's also trying to go for air stuff and he's getting air grabbed for his troubles. It's the strength of the death grip. So totally understandable that he'd now picked the Searing Rage. He just wants to be able to have the extra plus frames. You know, 2-1 is already a +2 string. You get the extra hit there, which does great damage. The turn-stealing factor of it as well, which does mean that if Hitman wants to change variation, he can. Now, he hasn't done it. I think he still wants to have this loadout, but, you know, the ball's in his court now. Only one more to go.
Yeah, when you're playing a mix-up character like this, sometimes a loss, especially when you're ahead, a loss can be like a good thing. because now he sees all the different reads that have been made, right? He's like, okay, he's now jumped out of the dive, you know, of the command grab like multiple times. I see that now. He got a lot of reward for it, so now he's going to want to do it again. And you know, the second time off the down one, he wasn't looking for it, so now I know that maybe you know, I can go for that a little bit more. Maybe he'll be looking for it now. So you just kind of get that information playing this type of mix-up character. So I like the fact that he didn't switch. He's not trying to change up his game plan. He's just going to use that info to try to close out within the next 2 games.
Now already major with punish as that tackle is going to miss completely, but right as he has the Scorpion Spear buff and a rare sight of a complete double bar spear buffed just shy of 50% BMB. That is the strength of this variation.
Yeah, this just gets so much damage in a bunch of different ways. And it looks like, oh, I like the attempt right there. Actually, the pressure's going to continue. He gets the running man. The damage is starting to add up. He saw that he was going to jump again. Oh, not this time, but he's not going to get punished. Oh, but the pressure is turning around, and now it's just going to be chip, and there's no escaping. Yeah, you know, we talk about the damage from this variation, but the fact that you can so easily guarantee yourself a closeout on chip is a huge deal, too. And Mirko still looking really strong to pull this whole thing back.
Ooh, that would have been a clean punish. Couldn't quite land it, though. Mirko having to be respectful. Caught by the down 4. That's going to be a mix-up opportunity. Instant jump 3. We'll take those, I guess. Another one, but doesn't want to overcommit. The punish could be real there. Block and a punish again from Hitman. Runs a little bit extra. Drops the combo, though. Oh, the trade! Let's go!
Oh, that's such a weird conversion to be able to get a combo off of in that trade. And he was ready. Didn't get a full command grab or anything. Maybe he was trying to expect a breakaway, something weird like that, but still has a chance here.
He's overhead again. It's
yeah,
just pure so conditioning. It's because the moment he sticks out that forward 4, you know how much it's going to count. You're so worried about it. Doesn't commit to the low, though. I think just looking for a stagger, perhaps. That could have been a full combo, or at least getting the breaker out. Stagger game. Look at the stagger game from Mirko, but that's punished, and he's dead. Wait, Hitman? No 1-2-1 fatal blow? Never mind.
Wow,
we're going to take it.
I had legit thought that he was going to go for it, but he just had confidence. And, you know, it really is like a huge reward that he managed to save it, because now he gets so much more damage on a lot of conversions. If he gets down into that fatal blow territory, which is probably a good chance that he will within this round. If he doesn't, then hey, he doesn't have to worry about it.
Good blocks from Mirko so far. He needs them to be surgical. On top of that crushing blow, definitely going to give us a bit of extra damage over time. The match point still belongs to Terminator, though. But looks like Mirko on good form. Ow!
Footsie's down 2. Let's go. You've seen it from Jade, but it's a Terminator thing now.
All right. Hitman, what's he going to do from this? Teleport. Down 4. I love the defense from Mirko. He has no reason to be over. Oh, no. That's going to hurt.
Oh. Not quite far enough. I thought it was going to be enough, but nice interrupt that time. Not even waiting to see what the option was going to be, but just knowing that the jabs were going to interrupt. And so Mirko's now managed to bring it back 2 games straight. The Searing Rage looking like it's working really well, and it's just the classic Mirko, right? You see him, like, even if he's won with Searing Rage in the matchup before, even if he's had to make a 3-0 comeback with Searing Rage, which he does quite often, and we might see again right now, he still will never start with Searing Rage. It's so rare to see him do it. Every once in a while, maybe, but yeah, it's, I don't know why. It just has to be like back to the wall, and then Searing Rage comes out. But hey, it's good. It's a strong Searing Rage.
But in these situations, a mix-up's a mix-up at the end of the day. And a lot of what Hitman's doing, I think he has changed variation here. We'll have a look at the moves he's taken. But I'm kind of just thinking of this idea that you block the back one, there's a mix-up attached, whatever it is, but Hitman is favoring certain options over the other, and that's definitely something that Mirko has gotten used to. So now, teleport, running man, and we've changed the death grip for the command grab, the Albi backbreaker. So now, I believe we've lost the armor break, but we are going to get a new layer of mix-up point blank, and I think that's what Hitman's looking to enforce. He wants to use the Albi backbreaker on its own, and the combo enders, obviously, when necessary, but I do wonder if we're going to just see it raw up close.
Yeah, and another thing is he might have gone for it for the damage, right? You can build up to the crushing blow that gives you a ton of extra damage in that. But, you know, it's going to be not the easiest thing, I think, to set up. He actually did go for that. I think that was the command grab right there, raw and neutral. So maybe you're probably right.
He hit a down 1 after blocking the 2+4 at the end of that string from Scorpion. A very common place that Mirko tries to press buttons. Unfortunately, it looks like Hitman's trying to go for a whiff punish on Wake Up, and he's just eating the string for breakfast. Nice throw tech, though. Gonna keep him alive. Whiffs the back one. Oh, my lord. What was that? Can't get the pickup. You know he was looking for down one there. Down one into Albi backbreaker, no doubt. Yes, make one hell of a comeback. Can't punish.
All right, that's going to be a lot of damage. We know the knockdown's really good from it, too. And I like the empty jump down 3. It's just saying no flawless blocks here. You're not going to expect this. Uh-oh.
That's okay, a KV.
It is. Oh, super high damage. And now he just needs one more mix-up here. Oh, he just hits him. Maybe one more.
Oh, the flawless block. Wake Up teleported down 4. Oh, my good lord. Serious Hitman. Almost lost that to a insane flawless block from Mirko, but he's still able to find it.
Yeah, that teleport was a great option as well, because you know that against Searing Rage, you're going to be chipped to death by the death spin, guaranteed. So the only option is just get out of there. And there's a good chance that he could have been hit meaty, but he just said, you know what? It doesn't matter. If it happens, I'm dead anyway. So let's just try something. And it worked out. And now it's match point again for Serious Hitman. But by the time I'm done saying that, it's about to be tied up and be match point for both sides. Here's just Mirko finding every single opening. But here we go. All right, at least going to build closer to the crushing blow for the next round, even if he's not able to pull this one out, which does look like the case. So we are going to go to a final round.
Exactly. There was no need to spend any bar on that command grab, because to hit the KB, you've got to hit every direction. And that's how it works for those that don't know. So we may as well just tick it off the list. Speaking of which, can't quite get a pickup. Whiffs! Yo, that whiff punish on that standalone mid. Mirko is going to get himself a full combo here. Should be 2-1-2 by all means. Spear buff maybe even? No, we just back up. Waits for the whiff on the up 3. Had the right idea, but didn't get the whiff punish. Not that it really matters, because Man's lost some of his meter, and back is still in the corner. The shredder of Scorpion. This pressure, unreal. Looking to punish the roll. Not quite. Oh, instant jump.
Oh, and get such a good conversion. And now at this point, Serious Hitman can't take anything, and especially that, the whiff punish coming out. And it looks like Mirko managed to be the one aggressing in the corner this time, which is exactly where Serious Hitman wanted to be. Although usually he
used the reborn against Jackie. And no, this is one of those cases again. I didn't quite recognize his customization, so I did think it was actually reborn. The reason he's gone with this, folks, is the air grab. The air grab for the one-time KB, but massive payout of the counter hit, stopping the lead game. It has actually worked out in the past. I believe we saw the first to 5 between these two, a part of the FGC arcade about a month ago. And as close as it was, I do recall Mirko getting the win there. And he was using this variation.
Yeah, the Reborn working very well. We've seen it also from Mercer quite a bit in this matchup, especially back in Aftermath when we kind of had to see the tournament variation still. We saw a lot of Reborn as the pick. I mean, just in general, but I guess I should say we've seen a lot of the usage of the air grab in this matchup more than in pretty much any other matchup ever.
Now as he has the fatal blow, plus frames. Whoa!
They're like, where'd they go?
I mean, it's 2 forward-facing moves, right? The hitboxes just didn't collide. And here we are. Nice little anime moment right there, as the fatal blow belongs to both. Empty jump low. I think we are patiently waiting for the down 1 fatal blow from K-Top. That's why Mirko is blocking right now. He's looking for it. Whoa, dash and grab. Rare footage of K-Top using a throw.
Well, hey, maybe that's the mix-up. You know, you're like, okay, it's K-Top. K-Top's gonna go for the fatal blow at some point, but then the grabs. Oh no, taking damage, sitting in there. Oh, you gotta get out. Oh, and the teleport.
Oh my lord! No, Mirko!
Oh no! Oh, if that didn't connect, that was such a huge risk. If that low didn't randomly connect, the damage over time on the ground would have been enough for sure. But for some reason, Mirko just had the right read there.
That was incredible. That was an incredible moment that was frames away from going the other way. 2-1-2 knockdown. Let's take the knockdown. Ooh, jump back. Fresh on wake up. K-Top get himself some damage. Yo, standing 1. Man, you know Scorpion standing 1 goes far when a late whiff throw for Jackie can still get hit. Like, that's how you know it works.
Manages to get out of the corner, but oh no, puts himself back into the corner, and at this point, it's going to be so hard. I mean, we don't see the death spin, so there's a chance, you know, there's not going to be any guaranteed chip yet. One good knockdown, just needs at least one more full conversion, actually could be it with the fatal blow. Oh no.
If K-Top committed to the whole string, he would have been there, but there it is anyway. K-Top finds what he's looking for. And this is going, I think, just as back and forth as we were all expecting, folks.
That was the weirdest set of pressure. It was 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. It was like some pressure from some other type of game where you're not playing. I don't know. It was just very weird. But hey, we know it worked out. Finally found the opening. So good stuff to K-Top. Not out of this by a long shot. And I mean, this is only the first game of the set.
I mean, plenty more where that came from. You know what I mean? There's that nice patient down two. Still getting a clean pickup too. It's K-Top. And what was looking like a rather one-sided last round before K-Top's able to pick this one up. Actually on the verge of getting the first game on the board. Yo, that late jump kick whiffs the teleport though, and K-Top taking full advantage of it. We do see eventually a break, but the punish on the short. Yo, who's ever ready for that?
I guess the answer is Mirko. But I talked about this before. I talked about this as we were starting today off. Mirko's some of the best defense, in my opinion, in the entire world in this game. So you just can't even throw out those few little things, and that should probably be it. Oh, could have just done a median, maybe guaranteed the chip. No defensive.
He froze up.
Oh! The down one. I like the attempt. I like the overhead, the back one to try and close things out. I mean, K-Top probably shouldn't have even had that, chance to begin with. That was guaranteed chip pretty much no matter what in the situation. But, just tried something, just threw something out there. I like it. Just didn't quite work out. The down one worked out.
I was really worried for Mirko there for a minute. The second he had that kind of almost free pressure, I don't even think K-Top had much defensive bar either. Like, that was kind of his situation to enforce. And then nothing happens, blocks a poke, and is just blocking for way longer than we're used to seeing in that situation. So it's good that he was able to kind of find the turnaround there. But as close as ever, that could have just as easily have been K-Top's match anyway. But what can he do with this momentum? Mirko's such a momentum-heavy player. Always is and always has been. K-Top often saying in interviews that when he gets put in loser's bracket, that's kind of where it's a bit of an awakening, right? This is it's the do or die, so you have to play your best, and often K-Top known to be able to do that. But it's always this part of the tournament, these two go head-to-head. But ready for the short hop, like that was impressive to me. Because not a lot of Jackies use the short hop anymore. Upgraded had the ground pound, which created the mix-up game off that, but it's often now more of a surprise maneuver, isn't it? Yet somehow Mirko still blocked it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he was expecting the back one right there, because we did see the poke, out of the back one at the very end of the game. But one way or another, I mean, just so ready for all the little moments, which is just the signature for Mirko at this point. A lot of times, a lot of it's reaction for him. Some of the best reactions in the game too. Oh, a very late breakaway. Maybe he was trying to get some like pressure going, or maybe thought that he could get a punish in that situation, but unfortunately wasn't quite able to. Does have the corner now though.
Definitely think he was looking to get some kind of punish, but the delay into down two. You want to pressure me with Scorpion standing one? I'm gonna crush that all day. The jump kick missing. That wasn't part of the plan though, Chef. And I think K-Top's able to kind of catch the mini scramble that took place. Round one now for Jackie.
Yeah, still gonna be holding on strong. Of course, these two players have played against each other so many times. I don't think that either one is going to be like discouraged no matter how many rounds up or down or games up or down they are. So realistically, that's why we tend to see such close matches between them.
The 2-1 begins again. Just that raw 2-1 knockdown. Instant jump into challenge though. K-Top not afraid of this, and the side switching throw. Now, can he put him straight back in the corner? Oh, there's the down two. Never mind.
And that's going to be enough. Actually, though, does have to kind of pull back to mid-screen, which is, not as optimal as being able to get that corner full control. But maybe doesn't matter quite as much with Scorpion when, you're the one who can teleport around and switch sides whenever you want.
Nice little bit of damage to open things up with at back three. Always looking to check it. The completely different jump-in timings that Mirko's enforcing here. Both these players known for flawless blocking those jump-ins, and if you just totally mix it up, it does completely mess with your timing on it. But can he do more of it? No defensive bar for Mirko. Oh, I was about to say don't whiff. Almost got punished there.
Oh, the really high up jump kick. That was so high up, it might have been a little bit weird to flawless block. So I think maybe that's why we saw Mirko go for it. Oh, standing three. That could not have been intentionally been a standing three. I'm not sure what it was supposed to be. Maybe a flawless block three, but
I reckon
whatever it was, it's okay, I guess. I think it's safe on block. I don't know the frame data on standing three.
I know Scorpions are safe on block. I know it's also one of the fastest. So it's actually one of the easiest to flawless block timing wise. You just wait for him to almost stand up and then it always works. Whiff punish! Oh my god, he whiff punished the string with that, but he misses the teleport. K-Top was not ready for it though. The standing one. We side switch. And there's the down one fatal blow. I've said this so many times. I've said this so many times, Jeff.
Wait.
He's still alive.
Yeah, he has no chance to be alive, but okay, nice. Just perfectly spaces that forward 3-1. Manages to avoid it, get the whiff punish, but yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, so many. Okay, so actually, before anything else, I want to talk about the fact that now, for some reason, we've been in 2 spots where it should have been guaranteed chip death and a win for Mirko, but then he hasn't actually gotten it. He hasn't taken advantage of the situation, but then he's found the win anyway. But regardless, that seems a little bit weird that now twice in a row we've seen Mirko drop that situation, a very similar situation. Hopefully, you know, again, just manages to tighten up over the rest of the tournament. But I mean, still, he's ahead 2 games to 0, so, you know, you take those.
Now, what does K-Top do in this situation? Because the Jackie, it has been working. Again, he's kind of going over different characters. I guess it's my job to overanalyze sometimes, but when you see people bounce between characters, there's always a part of you as the player that's like, are they hovering over other characters because they're thinking about going somewhere different? Or was that just K-Top? Was he just pressing the D-pad? You know, there are many answers to that question, but what we do know is that the Jackie makes sense to stick with because both those games could have gone his way. They just didn't. And that's that. There's that top tier analysis of he could have won, but he did not, as we now enter our 3rd game that could be a 3-0 for Mirko, the way things are going. But K-Top, man, he just needs to have that extra little X factor that he's missing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it does come down to just certain little things like that where it kind of feels like we're repeating ourselves. But again, it's because these players have played against each other so many times. And
oh, yeah,
despite the fact that it's a 2-0 for Mirko at this point, like K-Top is just as in this as ever. In fact, maybe even more so because, you know, you were talking about the pressure thing earlier, and being in the lower bracket does mean you have more pressure, but also being down 2-0 in a set gives you that similar type of like, this is survival time. I have to play my best right here, especially when it's against a rival like Mirko. So realistically, anything could happen. And oh yeah, I forgot this was Reborn. We actually haven't seen that come into play, but he lifts the little air grab just to kind of be stylish and say, oh yeah, by the way, I'm winning with Reborn.
Yeah, this is the element of Reborn that always gets interesting, that players use it for the air throw, but you can win games without using it once. And it's like, well, there's a whole other move there that you could be using. But then there's also the element of how many raw leaps have we seen in neutral from K-Top? The answer is basically none. And I think it is the sheer existence of the air throw that has changed the matchup. It means that Mirko can play a slightly more grounded game against not a grounded character.
Oh, nice. It's the hit. Okay, a little bit of a weird ender right there. Can go to the back one, but the back one's just not working out. I think at this point, K-Top needs to stop going for them. It's been 3 now that have either been blocked or have, like, poked out of, just not a single one actually connecting.
There are other matchups where in that full screen, K-Top would have leapt. I think he knows about the air throw and he doesn't want to have to challenge it. It's going to be a free catch. Not able to punish, though. That 2-1. Lovely anti, and the dashing down one just for good measure. Gets some damage on board, but needs a little bit more. Jump kick's going to do it. And now that's going to be the Italian stallion, Mirko. Going to put himself on match point here. And, I mean, a winner's final spot. Not too shabby, is it?
No, certainly not. And I mean, especially in this bracket today, this is one of the, I think, toughest brackets that we've seen so far. You want to get as far as possible before going into that lower bracket, at least, right? Of course, you ideally just never go there. But Mirko trying to get that kind of repeat grand final spot and finally be able to take the win this time, especially with the started now already being in the lower bracket. But K-Top not going to give it up easily, even, you know, down as far as we are right now.
Escape failed. He tried so hard to tech the throw. Couldn't get the right direction, though. And he forward 3. I don't recall ever seeing that as the answer before, but he's going to meet you with a forward 3-4 now. The interruption's not going to be a risk. Hang on a minute. Full combo incoming. And no breaker for Mirko. Big damage, but not enough to kill, but with the damage on the floor. Yeah, that was a dream that he was going to be able to win after that sequence landed. K-Top brings himself a game on the board here, which he needed so desperately. But, man, again, close exchange. Is this going to be one of those kind of game 5s where every match is sweaty as hell? I think so, maybe.
Probably, yeah. And there's also a good chance that we're going to see a repeat of this later on, right? I mean, how many times has that happened where these two meet earlier and then they meet again in grand finals after, usually I would say it's K-Top makes one of his classic lower bracket runs, but right now, you know, still, like I said, in this set, not out of it yet. Going down 2 games puts that pressure on, and K-Top also a very momentum-heavy player, right? Once K-Top gets going, it's very, very hard to stop, and just one game can just mean everything.
Absolutely. And as we've talked about momentum being on the side of both of these players, and it always has been, I think, one of their, you know, if you were to come up with a little checklist and write down things that make them who they are, momentum is one of the absolute top things on that list because of the seeds that were sown years ago, the characters they play. They kind of like to just roll with what they've got. Jackie and Scorpion too, very much, but in different ways, right? You've got the momentum, the kind of almost pain train style of Jackie, and then you've got Scorpion, who it's so hit and run with Mirko. But if there's a reaction to be made, you know he's got that on lock. It's so impressive. OS, give me that jump in, spear, please.
Nice, gonna get the nice knockdown. Just backs up a little bit, and also worth mentioning that even after the loss, we see the Reborn again, which we still haven't seen the air throw come into play a single time in this set. So I'm surprised that we're seeing Mirko stick with Reborn, but eventually, you know, maybe it's just one of those things where the fear is greater than the actual move itself, right?
Oh, back-to-back down one. The Scorpion style, and that's going to be punishable. Oh, since Ultimate make that dash punch from safe to -10, Scorpion's not going to have a problem punishing that one.
All right, so once again on match point. Oh, went for the forward 3 right there. I don't know what that was. An attempt at a really cool anti-air maybe, but that was actually a pretty good opportunity to get that whiff punish. Still though, manages to find an opening, gets the 2-2 crushing blow. So everything coming out perfectly. Oh, didn't have the bar. That would have been the spear crushing blow, which is a pretty rare one to see, especially against Jackie. But now look at this, Mirko just playing defensively, just knowing, you know what, this is my turn to switch the momentum, and I'm going to back up and frustrate K-Top, just making enough mistakes to get down this little bit of life that he's got left.
Oh, they trade. Definitely a trade that was good for K-Top, but still doesn't have the life lead though. With punish again, and he's going to keep this unbreakable. This is going to do really decent damage for the fact that you can't break it at all. And now Mirko, I think at this point, I'd say he was happy to take throws. I think he really wanted to anti-air that. And he has to watch out for the fatal blow. Can't quite get the jump in. The back-to-back down one. There's the jump kick to finally seal it. Mirko is going to get the series win now. Brutality just for good measure, that cherry on top. And it's going to be Mirko once again in winners finals.
The choices that he makes as far as variations are such a mystery to me. Like, I understand why he switches later oftentimes, but sometimes he'll just go for things I think just because he's feeling them, you know? Like, he hasn't tried Reborn against Utility probably, and so maybe he's like, you know what, let's just go for my basic variation. It's all in my muscle memory. I don't have to think about anything, and if it doesn't work, maybe we can switch.
But there's the defense already. The delay. Not particularly sure that was intentional for Mirko, but at the very least he's able to create some space, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. No counter hit on the forward 3, but it is going to allow the spear activation. Dashing grab, escape failed. He expected Mirko to throw him into the corner, but we go for the less obvious directions over here.
Yeah, very quickly getting the reward that he wants off of that spear buff, by the way. Like you said, does he think he can throw? The answer is yes, but he also thinks he can probably get a lot more than that, and he's going to keep it completely unbreakable. Decided to even go for a reset at the end. Might have to close it out by just going into spear, but decided to try again to keep that corner, and it paid off.
Oh, we trade. Again, utility. Oh, the confirm. Good stuff from Mirko. As long as he's got the buff, it's always going to do so much more damage as well.
Oh, but it's... Oh, whoa, that was a whiff. That for sure was not supposed to be that weird whiff jump too. But no punish really on either side. I think both players are like, wait a minute, what? Like, you've been playing so well. That's a weird thing to happen. And oh, the crushing blow. It's funny. That's exactly where the grab happened earlier, but paid off in another round. And yeah, this, despite Utility playing so well today, Mirko, like you said, still a brick wall. So hard to get through. And that's just been the case for months and months and months here. And it's looking to hold the same for this matchup.
But this is really what I was expecting from the game one at the very least. Mirko knows the matchup so well. He's fought off against the absolute best Jackie players on this side of the world anyway. So you reach a point where you now need to have the same level of understanding in the matchup and then maybe a little bit of extra to catch someone like Mirko off guard, who at this point has played in so many exhibitions, tournaments, whatever it is, that catching him off guard is easier said than done. There's a lot of work to do for Uvility. Mirko was going into this for the favorite for a reason, and I like the way that he's able to contain him too. Uvility has always been a volatile player, and yes, he's not playing as reckless as he normally does. There's still an element of if Mirko gets the lock on you and is just able to get the jump in on point, the anti-airs, flawless blocks, whatever it is, it's quite an ask to then just start magically in the space of the same set, just start doing all this extra stuff, right? I think that, is it too much of a mountain to climb? I guess we'll see.
It's been too much of a mountain to climb for many players before, but yeah, here we go, starting out strong. And I mean, honestly, still, despite the fact that Mirko pretty dominantly, I would say, won that first game, Uvility's just been playing so well over the course of today that I'm not going to count him out, I don't think, at any point during this tournament until he's actually out. But Mirko, again, taking this momentum here in the corner, getting a little bit of weird stray hits here, but no full pickup.
Now, if Uvility can lock in this offense all the way, this is where things start to come alive for him. But the second Mirko gets that knockdown, could change things quite considerably. Definitely expecting something that wasn't that whole string, but Uvility, at that point, it almost looked like, did he just choose not to amplify it? It was a close call over whether he had meter for it or not.
Well, we have seen that Uvility is trying to save resources as long as possible, right? We've actually seen that from both these players, that they're willing to kind of drop a guaranteed win to hold on to something for another round if they feel confident that they can pull it off after that. And it's pretty much paid off every single time for both of them.
I kind of like that dash punch. The down one checking it means that Uvility was looking for a teleport cancel there. That's why he did the dash punch. Nice interruption. That was absolutely a reaction on teleport, and Uvility hasn't got any meter for the grease kick, but he still gets great damage by itself. What's it going to be? Can't pick it up. Mirko taking so much damage. Yeah, we're escaping. We just need that distance. Get away from the goop.
Oh, made the grab whiff, but there's the pickup. And like I said, I would never count Uvility out at this point because, I mean, this play has been incredible. Even after losing a game so solidly in that first game, it's looking like Uvility's still at 100%. And that's another thing, you keep talking about Uvility being like a little bit more of like a newer player to these tournament situations at such a high pressure level as opposed to like, say, Mirko, who is obviously a veteran of these situations, but Uvility playing like a veteran in these situations, like not letting anything get to him, just looking perfect under pressure.
Big part of that came from just being on the offense, I suppose. When Mirko's the one that's able to control him, Uvility had a really hard time in that first game, but that next game, Uvility was kind of just doing what he does best. Your best area playing Jackie as offense. Yes, the character's fantastic, but if you're fantastic at putting it forward, that's how you craft your game plan. You don't want to be too defensive because you give Mirko comfort, and when he's comfortable, the reactions are on point, the flawless blocks are fantastic, whatever it is. Uvility, if you're able to kind of smother him all game, it shuts all of it down, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's been the case in actually a lot of the matches today, where I keep saying, the best defense is a good offense, because if you can control the pace of the match, if you can impose your will on the opponent, then they never get a chance to play the game that they want to. And that's something that Mirko has had to go to quite a bit. In fact, Mirko had to do it earlier today up against Serious Hitman, and it worked really, really well. And it's also worked really well in this matchup. So I think Mirko may be playing a little bit less patient and really, that's going to work. Oh, wow, that wasn't the KB? I feel like that had to have been the KB. There's no way he saved it, did he?
I think he might have saved it. That was either a spur of the moment thing, or maybe it was just like a bit of a missed input perhaps and he missed it, or maybe he chose to not do it. Either way, that was definitely far enough, I'm sure of it. However, he goes for those kind of classic anti-leap down twos in the corner. Oh, and he punishes it. No need to amplify that one. We'll save the bar and cherry on top, putting Uvility in the corner.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about Scorpion is it's so easy to side switch without spinning any bar. The downside is that it's kind of hard to not side switch if you don't want to side switch. So we'll run into that issue later probably. But it was nice that they got to do that exactly how he wanted to, and Mirko's still playing strong. But he is going to be playing the more patient game. He is just sitting full screen. Manages to get some chip with the spear. I think it does more chip when you have the buff on, I'd have to assume.
There's that patience again. He just waits for his moment. Oh, and you try and interrupt this one. Eat the counter hit as Mirko turns it into a special cancel. Gets another crushing blow on top. Damage over time a little bit, but more importantly, the spear buff. Oh, Wow, just trip guard as you jump in. That's a rare sight.
Oh, but here we go. The back threes. The pressure's starting. And like I was saying, this is really when Mirko's been able to control the pace of the match, is when he's on the offense, but he is going to back up. Oh, great punish, but the standing one. Oh, no full conversion off anything, and a good tech. Fatal blow for both. This is just one hit.
Mirko was definitely worried about the flawless block on that forward four. The overhead creates just a bit more pressure. Wake up, fatal blow, Mirko. Oh, no, man just got hit by it.
The funniest thing is that Mirko was so wary of that against K-Top in the last set. Just always waiting for it, and then finally goes up against Uvility, and Uvility does it, you know? Finally, like, the first time that we see it actually attempted. Ooh, misses the punish. Maybe should have gone for 4-3-1 a little bit easier, but wanted max damage, and now he's going to pay for it.
Here we go again. Uvility opening things up. Whoa, instant jump kick and a punish. No, haven't seen that since the beta days. Poor old Scorpion.
Oh, yeah, that's a rough life. Oh, wow, managed to get that grab from pretty far away. Probably grabbed it out of a normal or something like that. Oh, good block. Just plays patient. I like that. There's so many different options that Scorpions like to do off of the low overhead string.
KB.
That's so much damage over time. That's where the main amount of damage comes from. Oh no, that had to have been an input drop. That is such a heartbreaker. Definitely attempted the forward 1-2 right there, but was holding down and got down forward 1 instead. It's a very classic input error, I guess you could say, that we see from Jackies all the time, either with forward 1 or with forward 3-1. We see so many forward 3s into the upper projectile, but all it takes is one mess up with that, and yeah, it's gonna be a full combo punish from pretty much anybody in the cast. So that's super unfortunate, but not super unfortunate for Mirko. You know, Mirko's going to take that, going to go up 2-1.
Now, as we've been talking about momentum all day, I think that's kind of been the magic word. Those kind of input errors can work in the opposite direction, right? You're doing a really good job. You're super far in the tournament. You're almost about to take the next game and be 2-1 up, and then just like that, boom, plasma point blank, which he definitely didn't want, and then it costs you the whole game. So what do you do in this situation? You have no choice but to forget about it. But that is easier said than done when you're this far in the tournament. Very few people can really say they've been in this situation. So it's kind of like, this is going to go either one of two ways. He's going to rise above this and just forget about it, or that's going to kind of tilt him from this point onward, and it might be a one-sided win for Mirko in this game. I'm hoping that Uvility can keep it together. I'd love to see a game 5.
Well, after that game with Val, where Uvility dropped the game-winning combo into the fatal blow and then ended up losing the game, I was thinking the exact same thing in that situation, but Val did manage to, or sorry, not Val, Uvility managed to stay super solid after that and managed to win the entire set. So I have confidence that Uvility is going to stay pretty strong after that, but also Mirko might kind of do the opposite and take advantage of that, you know, rather than just saying, I hope my opponent messes up after they drop their big, you know, combo. They're going to say, I'm going to make sure that I put on the pressure after that and just continue to make them make mistakes, which is kind of what it's looking like right now.
With punish with the 1-1-2, you know, he could have got more damage, but I think the important thing there was that Uvility had breaker. Mirko really wanted to keep him in the corner. Uvility doing a fantastic job of fighting his way out of it, though. Empty jump down 3, such a common Mirko strat at this point. Now the advance. More of it. Oh, was looking for a flawless block.
That was a weird conversion. Of course, the second hit of the jabs whiffing is a pretty common thing, but it's pretty fortunate that the last one did hit. Now damage over time is a thing, but you can't set it up very easily because of the Scorpion teleport. You have to play so safe when you do it, and he's gonna find a way, and he's gonna stay in this solidly. Nice clutch.
Sorry, there was just an incredibly loud crash of thunder outside, and I was not prepared. I was not prepared for it at all. However, as we go into this next round, whew, I'm too much of a jumpy person, you know. However, corner pressure, the escape, Uvility, the round on the board, forward facing, Mirko, able to keep his feet out of the plasma. Oh, God, that hurts.
That's one way to get out of the plasma, I guess. Just let your opponent down 2, crushing blow you, and all the plasma will disappear. However, I would not call that a win. Ooh, I saw the standing 3 come out twice in a row. Really trying that. I think trying to duck the command, or the you know, the interactable command grab, and then do 3-3-4. But I think that just the reads were wrong there. However, still has the pressure in the corner. Ooh. Oh my gosh, so much patience. They're both just swinging with jabs over and over. The grab's finally gonna hit. You get Oki off of this grab as well. So this is gonna be a mix of situation. Gets hit, and that's gonna be chip for sure. I guess you could technically call it chip. It's gonna be a guaranteed kill with damage over time, and Utility is gonna take us to a game 5.
Exceeding all expectations right now is Utility. Because Utility, this is not only now easily the furthest he's ever gotten tournament, but the caliber of players he's been able to take out along the way. You would look at these brackets on paper, you'd look at the matches on paper and go, right, well, no, Mirko should have this, or Val should be fine, whatever it was. I thought after the upset against Desarted, that could still have been where his winner's bracket journey ended. And able to just rise above that and take out Val. Now game 5 against Mirko. Mirko is no stranger to kind of getting a dominant showing into grand finals in PlayStation tournaments. Here comes Utility. If he gets this game, he'll be winner's side. I mean, that is going to be what is going on today. You know, Utility ate his ready break this morning, I tell you.
Yeah, I really have no idea what it is that's pushed Utility this far, but just as a side note, we are, of course, going to see the switch to the Searing Rage-ish variation from Mirko, who tends to like that in the final moments of any set. But Utility, I mean, you got your answer. You know, you asked whether or not Utility was going to be able to pull it back mentally from, again, that tough situation earlier in the set. I'd say the answer is for sure yes, and at this point, this is going to be one of those things like the K-Top matchup where it's like, you know, nobody's ever out. It doesn't matter what the score is until it's actually over. But wow, lands on the teleport cancel and still gets the hit. That's so advantageous. Didn't really have a lot of bar, but still, I mean, getting that hit is huge.
There's that down one. When Mirko does the 2-1, 2+4, you kind of know a down one's coming on the end of it. Maybe only certain characters can challenge it, perhaps, with just how fast his own down one is. Right, spear buff activated. Can Mirko get something from this? Utility narrowly down on life, but with Jackie, we often say ignore a life lead. And sometimes that one touch can be all it takes. Oh, that was almost it. Short hop 2 on the way. Plus frames. No, just lets the whole string go. Ah, there's the jump in and a challenge. Yo, the pickup from Mirko. That was clean and cleaner still. Punishable. No punish from Utility. That could have been a full combo.
I think that had to have been a preemptive read with that jump. I'm not sure what it was trying to bait, but it didn't work out. And yeah, that was so solid overall. Mirko, again, just showing off the strength of the Searing Rage. And it's hard to make the adaptations at the end there, but he's got the corner, he's got the offense. And now Utility needs to find a good way out. Easier said than done. Oh, there we go. Hey, and the back grab as soon as landing, saying, you know what, I found my way out. The last thing you'd expect is for me to try to switch sides again.
A lovely throw tech. He gets the instant jump in as well. Plus frames on block, but on hit we get a knockdown. That's going to be good enough for me as Utility keeps the pressure going. I think actually looking like he waited for the roll, but just must have pressed the button frames too early for there to be no autocorrect. Mirko gets that forward throw now. Utility not quite in fatal blow, but a little bit more chip will do it. The grab sets it up, and it's do or die for Utility's winner's bracket run in this case. Oh, it's going to be die. I forgot he could even brutality off that as well.
However, I don't think that's going to affect them at all. Going into this grand finals, let's see, is Mirko finally going to take back that top spot, or is Utility going to just continue this breakout performance?
Well, Mirko starting things off with the Reaper variation. For those that don't know, Searing Rage, it's just a custom name. And it gives him the extra staggers, the damage, all of that good stuff. And it was the variation he used to win the set the last time they played. So we're going into the set with Mirko having an advantage of just more information and more room to wiggle with, as he has got the winner's side advantage. Now, letting the whole thing go. That delayed forward 4, the cheeky stuff. Definitely expecting a breakaway was Mirko, absolutely. But here comes just shy 20%, 16%. Give it to me.
Oh, nice defense. Imagine, oh, wow, that was an attempt at a flawless block, question mark? Regardless, I guess it worked. It hopped over the grab. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is the scariest moment in the entire game, and now you have no defensive bar. You've got to guess correctly. Oh, but Mirko, so patient. Maybe too patient? Oh, is this just empty jump over?
No! Utility!
One more.
The one time he hit it, Chef. The one time he hit it, I don't actually think he had meter to Shrapnel Blast. That's sad. But you know what? Mirko gets that round anyway. And that was Iron Defense. There is an art of Mirko fighting Jackie where he is thoroughly content to take the throw. If he has way more health than you, he'll take that throw. Because if you overextend outside of the throw, he can get big damage. And clearly his reactions against Jackie are on point. There is very much a kind of risk assessment going on here. Uh-oh.
Oh, cashing out. Yep, you knew it as soon as it happened. And okay, again, though, this is a really scary situation. Mirko does not have the meter to break away. And look at that. That's half of his life gone. And now just one more opening could be it. But it's not going to matter. And honestly, this has been the most important part, I would say, of choosing this Searing Rage variation in this matchup so far between, you know, either the upper bracket finals or this match. Is not almost even the fact that it does that much more damage, but the fact that it's so easy for Jackie to make comebacks with just one life. Just all you need is less than one life, really, because you can't have that in this game. But when you have Searing Rage, you close out those situations a lot more guaranteed, and we saw that even 2 times in that single game alone. So the fact that you're able to prevent those tremendous comebacks that are so common from Jackie is a gigantic deal.
Now, significantly less work left to go for Mirko than Uvility. There's 2 more of those, and we're wrapping it up. We're going to grab lunch, and it's going to be North America in a couple of hours. Like, this has been a good showing for Mirko so far, and it's like I said, that extra info that you get if you're the one that wins that final game, especially when it comes to a character change, or in Mirko's case, a variation change. It's a frightening position to be in, because he's going to pick that variation the second you run it back. And, clearly, one-sided game 1. Uvility... There needs to be a rather extreme adjustment here, and I'm kind of drawing a blank over what that adjustment could be, because the rushdown, Mirko is always answering back. In the neutral, Mirko has always had, I think, a frightening neutral. And what can Uvility do besides just try and maybe rush down and hit that next layer of whatever it is Mirko's answering back? In that case, baiting out the flawless block certainly helps, but right there, commits to grab, and Mirko just makes the read on you.
I mean, I guess the only thing you can do is just don't get hit. That's, I guess, the only thing. And that's like, I mean, the most basic thing of fighting games. So good luck.
Spoken like a Foxy grandpa, Chef.
Yeah.
That's right out of the book of Foxy. He just writes on the back of his hand, don't get hit.
Don't get hit. Hey, there you go.
Punish.
Hey,
we said don't get hit, Uvility. Don't. Oh, no. Oh, God. Ah, that hurts. And now he's getting within death spin territory. And he gets it with the damage that he's after 1 round up.
Oh, man. Yeah, this whole set just looks like it's just running away from Mirko. Or I should say Mirko's running away with it. I guess it's a weird way to say it. Wow, threw out the standing 4. I'm not sure exactly what they're supposed to catch, but something that we do see every once in a while from Mirko is like a whiff punish. Oh, but look at this, the roll, not even doing anything. He just backs up to hold the corner. And this is just bullying right now. Look at this like little micro dashing, this movement. Everything's looking perfect for Mirko. Uvility, time is running out to make the adjustment.
Absolutely. It's just there's a level of confidence being shown in this Jackie matchup, and not just that, but I think Mirko's been able to really match that tempo of Uvility. Uvility's been catching people off guard all day, but Mirko is looking prepared. The delay, but Mirko will not be opened up by such a simple mid. But the mids keep coming. Eventually, one of them's got to land, surely.
Yeah, one simple mid, maybe not, but
oh my God! What a god, Chef!
He's like, okay, you're just gonna keep doing this. You're gonna keep doing this over and over. It's like, eventually you think one's gonna hit me. No, eventually you're gonna open yourself up by pressuring me. And that's something, honestly, that we've seen so much from Mirko in the past, but it is also something that we've seen Uvility go to a lot as far as baits, trying to bait the flawless blocks, because that is part of the mind game now. So I love the fact that it kind of took until this perfect moment where it was going to win the game, and you just had so many opportunities to do it, and made sure that there wasn't going to be bait in any of those spots. And then finally, Mirko finding that perfect block. Perfect flawless block, there we go. And getting the game 2. So this is now just an unbelievably difficult road to come back. You got to win 3 games straight as Uvility, and then another set. Ugh.
It's this level of comfort in a otherwise uncomfortable matchup. You know, I said for a strong reason, I observed with Mirko that he's content to sit and take the throws against Jackie, because if he sees a throw, his reactions are on point, that he's really good at reactionary teching anyway. But if you block, sooner or later, often, the Jackie does something that lets you either get out or punish outright. And that's exactly what happened at the end of game 2. He was blocking. The second he saw that shrapnel blast, boom, flawless block up 2. And it won him the game. It's how he handles the character, and it's very hard and high risk, right? Because if you're wrong, if your execution's off and your defense doesn't work out, she'll just damage all day. But Mirko made it work. Speaking of which, slam it now.
Yeah, and I mean, right now, Mirko just looks like, I mean, despite the fact that Uvility did get some early damage, it looks like Mirko is just trying to keep up the offense and really just make sure that there's no opportunity to make this comeback, to steal back momentum in this set, because it's very often that this is when people kind of get their strongest. But if you never let them get that chance, then, I mean, that's when you manage to close out an entire tournament like this.
Mirko dancing with the devil, letting that full string rock. That is unsafe on block. However, 2-1 plus frames, 2-1 plus frames. Challenges it with a low pro. I like it. No, the fatal blow doesn't do it. Oh, challenges the plus frames with a low off the standing 2. I mean, good choice there from Uvility. And hey, look, breathing space, Chef. Anything's better than nothing.
Yeah, that was a really interesting read for the fatal blow. I'm not sure if that was what I was expecting to bait. Maybe expecting that there was going to be an amplified blast and then like there was just going to be like another attack afterwards. But regardless, whatever it was, wasn't the right read. And I do like the fact again that Mirko went for it at the last moment. I love when players go for their final options in their final moments. But that's a crushing blow, and I think that's going to be the game. Down 2, guaranteed. I mean, there wasn't even meter to break away, but even if there was, it was guaranteed. And so Mirko not able to close the tournament out when he wanted to. Is this going to be the moment that gives Uvility the chance to come back in this set?
Best possible way anyone can start a comeback in the grand finals. Taking that next game in just clean and decisive fashion, because there's always still doubt. There's going to be doubt with the fans, the viewers, whatever. Even with the player themselves, that if they get through the next game just kind of squirming through it, you're still like, you know, can I do that 6 times to win a tournament? Whereas if you take it in a one-sided fashion, the way Uvility was just able to do, you know, we've blinked and missed the fact that he's just taken a game and it's right, I can do this. Yeah, we've gone from, oh, I've got to do 6 of those to I can totally get 6 of those.
Yeah, just showing the ability to get 1. It's just like, yeah, just do what you just did. And do it again, and then do it again, and then you're good. And then the whole thing's reset, and then you get another buffer. And then, yeah, things can become very, very scary for Mirko. But Mirko did take a lot of risks in that last game. And like I was saying, I think it was because he was trying to say, like, okay, I got to close this out now before my opponent gets that time to adapt, gets that momentum. And unfortunately, it kind of worked against him. But you know what? It's still, I think, a good attempt. And still, he's got 2 more games to manage to close this out, starting up strong with this one as well.
Flawless block on the jump back too. That was impressive stuff from Uvility. Didn't get anything off it, but not something that you see every day. There's the back 1 tick. Drops the combo though. Looking for the 2-1 confirm. Oh dear, escape failed. That's not how you want to start off fighting a Scorpion. Recovers in time. Oh, and they trade. Everything is working for Mirko right now. Apart from that.
Oh. Look at that damage, though. Oh, actually, big drop right there. Almost punished for it. But speaking of punished for the grab attempt. Knew that I think that he could close out with some more chip after that grab. And yeah, there it is right there. Didn't go into the spin. Why didn't he go to the spin? All right,
I feel like he wanted to. I wonder if he just missed the input or something.
It must have been, because that down 1 was a clear sign, right? Like, you don't see Mirko just check people with down 1s all that often. That's not necessarily his, like, style. So I think that was a pretty telltale sign that he was going for the chip there and just missed it. But he did manage to find another one, so tournament point now for Mirko.
Now that jump back teleport. Going to take even more damage, and we just managed to pick up the spear. An air teleport landing 37% damage. That is a lot of damage. Spear buff activated. Staggering into the down 3. There goes the 30%. And this could be the end of the tournament, folks. Oh,
but
he gave up. Uvility, no! Don't take your hand off the pad. You are still alive.
No.